Okay, I think we're recording. Um, I'm doing this thing. It's Sunday, June 29th. Uh, this is 12 Step Trader. I came up with another really cool slogan. I'm still sober and I'm still trading. Um, this YouTube thing is quite a trip, but maybe we'll get into that. So, my brain's been running in overdrive the last uh, the last night or so, um, about structure and format of my trading, structure and format of my own recovery program, my own 12-step program, and structure and format of these YouTube videos. So I've got to try to maintain some focus. Is that thing shining right on my glasses? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I'll scoot over a little bit. Doesn't matter. I'm in my garage. I was riding in my car yesterday because I was embarrassed and I got, family and my mom I got to worry about coming out in the garage, but I'm not going to be able to do this in my car the whole time. I gotta have a desk in an office, so I got a little desk in my bedroom. Maybe I'll change to that at some point in time. And maybe this will give me a little bit of motivation, embarrassment to clean my spaces and my areas up. But anyhow, when I was first getting sober, they had all these suggestions and wanted you to try to incorporate some of these suggestions into a daily routine. And one of those suggestions was to pray and meditate on a regular basis. I'm not big in prayer. I'm not big in God. I'm not big in higher power. Uh, but I get it. And there's something special, something magical, something that's very hard to explain that takes place. Uh, and so I got to subscribe to it, whether I like it or not, whether I believe in it or not, because I think there's some truth to it. So, um, if I'm day trading, I'm thinking about maybe trying to produce two videos, if possible, if I can keep them, less than 15 minutes. The Start in the morning with preparation, plan the trades. Sit down when your mind and emotions are calm, meditate, prepare, review, and plan the trade, and then trade the plan. See how the trading day goes. Come back uh, in the evening and review. So that's going to be kind of my format. I'm going to try to stick to in the morning, prepare, and in the afternoon, review. So I said a little something about video structure. If I can try to keep these videos to less than 15 minutes, we'll see how long it takes to upload. It might help me with some focus and not just ramble on and on and on. So I was kind of thinking, chop these videos up 5-minute segments, um, and maintain my focus on what the hell I'm doing. So, first I need to come in and check in. Check in. You got any open trades? You got any open positions? Um, where you at? with your trading. Next, go over the good and bad and the ugly, struggles and victories. If you've ever been in rehab or IOP group therapy, they always go over uh, struggles and victories. And I don't know, you'll probably find that I'm a pretty honest guy. I don't I don't really pull any punches. Um, it's not hard for me to be honest, but I still have a lot of basic emotions that are common with human beings, human nature, and especially with recovering alcoholics, like embarrassment, nervousness. So, struggles and victories. What'd you do good, and what'd you do not so good? Did you write it down? Is it something you want to improve upon? Can you give yourself a pat on the back for what you did good? And do you have something to work on? The goal is improvement, continuous effort, progress, not perfection. So I woke up this morning and got the coffee, fixed the dog, and I opened the charts. And it's Sunday, so the market opens at like 4, for me at least, just because of my broker. Trading View doesn't start until like 5. But anyhow, so the emotions and the feelings are running rampant already. I got it all figured out. I got the market planned. I just saw something I wasn't I hadn't really noticed. I should draw another trend line. But anyhow, struggles and victories over the last couple hours. Not a couple hours, last night. This YouTube thing is doing a number on my ego. So I created this stupid little short. It was a test video just to see if I could record, push the button, upload it, see how long it'd take. Um, and I got like 100 views. And it just feeds my ego. You know, I'm ready to throw in the towel and quit trading completely and just be a YouTube content provider. Uh, that'd be great. I'm a dreamer, I'm an addict. And I chase this shit. Uh, and that doesn't normally work out very well. A little shine on my glasses is bugging me and distracting me, but whatever. You know me, easy going. So, struggles and victories. I got to recognize what creating this YouTube channel, what it's going to do uh, uh, internally to me. I imagine there's going to be some schmuck that it's got to be a hater. It's going to hurt my feelings. And it's going to take me down the rabbit hole, and I'm going to be arguing with somebody. That'll probably happen if I keep doing this. The good news is that I'm going to keep doing this. If I keep doing this, that's awesome. At least I think. So there's my victory. I woke up today and I'm making this video, and the focus of this video is to prepare for the trading day with a 12-step mindset. So as I make these videos, I'm going to try to keep them short, like 15 minutes if I can. Break them down into 3 parts. Do a little check-in. Where am I at on my trades? Am I being honest? Am I holding myself accountable? What are my struggles and victories throughout the preparation or the previous day's trading day? And then if I'm really trying to stay on a 12-step mindset, if you go to any 12-step meetings, there's a topic. They bring up a topic and they have a topic. Um, so I thought, I can bring up topics. I'm full topics. I'm one big walking topic. But I can have topics about my emotions, my psychology, my daily life, my trading. It can be a trading topic. It can be a 12-step topic. Um, that's endless topics, plenty of room for improvement. Uh, so, I'm already 10 minutes in, so I gotta hurry up. So if I'm checking in, I already mentioned something about trying to keep it simple and trying to stay focused. That's probably not one of my strong suits. I'm a complicated guy. I like to think about it. I want to be in here. I want to think about it. I'm real smart in my head. It all makes sense. I have a lot of good ideas. Um, but look where I'm at. I live with my parents. So I don't know what I wrote down here. Oh, goal. Stay focused. If I'm staying focused, then right now my goal is this first suggestion. And today, even though it's Sunday, and I probably shouldn't trade, um, I'm calling it day number 3. If I follow my rules, I got one suggestion I'm focusing on, and that's set a stop loss at 2%, and don't move it. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to do to be successful today is a 2% stop loss. If I place a trade and, I come out a winner and I can be victorious on my next video. Um, so I found a Google Drive thing on YouTube where I can do posts. Um, I'm not a YouTuber, so you guys probably already know all this stuff. I can put a link on there. I can link it to a folder in my Google Drive, I think. So a lot of this stuff, if you want to do something, you gotta sometimes gotta learn crap along the way. And computers can be a real pain in the ass. So you just want to do something, and then next thing you know, you're spending an hour and a half trying to figure out how to, add this indicator or change this button or whatever the crap is. So it can be distracting. Um, but anyhow, so I'm gonna try. I can do posts. I can add posts. I can add files and link folders. And if I'm being honest, I'm not too comfortable. Could I tell you right now and articulate my strategy, my entry criteria, my exit criteria, my risk management? What are the signals? Do I have it short and sweet? I've got stuff written all around and I got it all up here. You know, um, I've done a lot better in the last uh, year, I'd say. 6 months, 12 months of maintaining a common thread. So, um, I'm trying to lean towards a momentum trader, momentum, volume, trend line, support and resistance. And as I go on and on, then it turns into be, a very complicated strategy. So, uh, my strategy needs defined, clear cut, with basic, simple parameters. I'm just putting that out there. Let's see. I don't know how long all this is going to take. I'm 14 minutes into this video, and I don't know how I can keep these things short or just, run this thing up on my computer and go to work or go to bed and let the thing just churn and upload overnight. I don't know. I guess I don't have to stress too much about it. Just go with the flow. Make the effort. Suit up and show up. And so if I'm checking in, I gotta have I don't know how long this will take. How long is it going to take to prepare for a video, to do a video, still trade, go to work, and then do what I need to do around the house? I got to put salt in the water softener. I gotta change the air filter down in the basement. Got a family function at noon, so I got life. But there's they say less is more, and I believe that. That's kind of another. It's kind of a slogan, a day trader slogan. Less is more. I believe that. Can I do it? Can I take action on it? No, not right now. Not very good. Um, but I'm not giving up. So, I'll maybe find a groove of life balance and see how things go. Um, after it, in the midst of the video structure, I check in, I tell you where I'm at on my trades, to be honest. I go through any struggles or victories, and then to come up with some kind of topic. And I already told you about how YouTube was affecting my ego. It may be a dopamine shift. So, uh, if I'm gambling, which I am, and I'm an addict, which I am, and I'm getting my kicks and jollies from watching these candles tick up, and I constantly got to be in a trade, got to be in a trade. As soon as I close a trade out or get stopped out, I immediately get right back in. There's no pause in between. And then I got to watch this thing tick up and tick down and wait and range. And, it's exciting. It's thrilling. I'm getting drunk on trading. Um, so maybe I can get a little bit of enjoyment. Maybe there's a fellowship or a community out there where I can switch, my dopamine source. I saw something, one of these videos or books. It said trading ought to be boring. Trading ought to be, unemotional. You've got to separate yourself uh, from the emotions. Logic over emotion. It's that E over I over E. It's in psychology or something. Uh, I get that. I get that. I'm not there. I don't really like doing things that's boring. Why? Because I'm a damn addict, and I got to get my juices going. Um, but I also need to calm down. So I don't know. I already told you I'm doing it, putting forth continuous effort. This video got a little bit too long, so I'm not going to start into the next actual topic, but we need to start with step one is a good place to start. Hell, I'll go right into it. It's not that long. Uh, you know, s- step one of the 12 steps talks about being powerless. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Uh, I could not control my drinking. I was drinking when I didn't want to drink. I had lost all control, power over my drinking. Now, some people don't understand that. The non-alcoholics, the normal people, they don't understand that. They think somebody ought to just have the power and the will and the determination to make their own good choices. But I don't care. It's not just being an alcoholic. You can be a gambler, or a shopaholic, a sexaholic, a workaholic, whatever it is. More than likely, if you're a human being, there's something that from time to time you struggle to control in your own behavior. How about just being a smartass, or how about being a jerk to your husband, uh, or whatever it is. At some point in time, you find something along the way where you act or behave in a way that you didn't intend to. And anyhow, um, I completely surrendered and acknowledged that I had no control over my drinking. And then once you get sober, they take these 12 steps and they move them from kind of an internal, personal concept to an external, rest of the world concept. So as I'm powerless over my own drinking, um, I'm also I'm powerless over the world. I cannot control people, places, and things. I can't control what the guys at work say or do, how they act, how they behave. Fast food's supposed to be fast, and it's not fast. I can't control that. There's a lot. I think you get it. There's a lot in the world that you're powerless over, and you get all huffy and bent out of shape with the credit card companies. with the buttons when you're trying to pay a bill online, the computers, the scam callers, whatever it is. But you can't control that. Uh, there's doesn't mean you're doesn't mean you're without options. Doesn't mean you cannot take action and do something. It's just you're not gonna change or stop some of that stuff. So you know, for the 12-step trader and looking at my trading, number one, I got to remember this. So the first three steps, the steps are a foundation of my recovery. So step one, I cannot control the market. Um, if I have to be honest, I can't even predict the market, and I shouldn't be trying to predict the market. Uh, Predicting the market is just trying to be right and feed my ego, which I love to do. I got a big ego and it's hungry and it needs fed every single day, all the time. Maybe I need to work on that. Uh, but predicting the market, being right. Oh, it's all I'm so smart. Maybe I really don't believe I'm that smart, and I got to predict the market just to prove to myself that I am so damn smart. Um, but anyhow, I can't control the market. They say the market will stay irrational longer than I can stay solvent, and I have found that to be the case. But anyhow, I'm powerless over the market. Number one. Number two, I have come to believe, which is actually step two, but we're still on step one. I have come to believe that I am powerless over my trading behaviors. I am doing things in my trading, pushing buttons, taking positions, moving stop loss, exiting trades based on emotion, and apparently, uh, I cannot control that. Um, so there we go. That's step one. This is a piecemeal program. That's it. Period. End of story. The rest of the steps help help me deal with step one. But I don't have to do it all today in this video. I don't have to do it all overnight. Time takes time, and um, this was supposed to be a preparation video because it's the morning video, and I looked at the charts. Um, I came to the conclusion, that my strategy is a little wishy-washy. Um, I got an idea what I think the market's going to do. So, I mean, the euro's sitting just above 117. It's like 117.2. I've been shorting the market and betting on the dollar like an idiot for 5 months, and it's done nothing but the dollar's gone down, the euro's gone up for 5 months after inauguration day for several macro fundamental reasons. Uh, but I haven't been able to surrender to that. I've been biased, um, and I keep trying to short the euro, and it keeps going up, following this nice, beautiful trend line. Uh, and so, if I have to challenge myself, is the trade that I'm getting ready to place, does it follow my strategy? Yes or no. And if I got a problem with that, I got a problem with that. Uh, but I got a solution. I got 12 steps, which is a solution, and hopefully a higher power, which can do for me what I can't do for myself, and I go from there. But anyhow, so basically the euro's sitting at a new high. I don't know, it's close to a 4-year high or so. It broke out of a range early this year to the upside, but I think it's going to find a heavy resistance at 117 to 118. It probably could range. It could range from 117.2 to 116.5, something like that. It's going to build up. It's going to consolidate, and it's going to grab some liquidity on either side. Um, so. Uh, I still want to short the euro. Um, I drew a trend line. It kind of looks like a trend line break, but there's low volume on Sunday. Market opens at 4, low volume on Sunday. My basic principles of my strategy, which are not clearly defined, are momentum, volume, trend line, and support and resistance. Now that's not very clear. That's not really clear cut parameters on black and white entry criteria. But I got some EMAs. I got the 200 average, weighted average, on my charts. And that's another thing I struggle with is, do I do a top-down analysis on a higher time frame, get a directional bias, drop down to a lower time frame? What time frame do I trade? This is going on way too long, but um, if I use this MACD momentum strategy on a 3 hour, I picked 3 hour because everybody else uses 4 hour, and I'm special, so I'll use 3 hour. But I can anticipate maybe 2 to 5 setups a week on the 3 hour time frame, and that should be enough. That should be enough. The only problem is that that should be enough to make money. That's not enough to get high on. It's not enough to tweak out and get all jazzed up. 2 to 5 trades a week. That sounds like 95% patience, 90% just sitting there and waiting, letting price come to me. Uh, and that's the hard part. So, do I have something else to do? Am I willing to do that? Can I work through these emotions a little bit? If I try it, we got a saying in AA. Give this program 90 days, and after the end of 90 days, if you're not satisfied, if you're not happy, we will gladly refund your misery. So can I give this patience thing a chance? 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 90 days. 90 days a long time when you can't do something. But if I give it a chance, if I give it 90 days, if I patiently wait and do the next right thing, do the next right thing, uh, and it provides some results, I'm probably not going to have a 100% success rate. It's start hitting home runs. Um, but if it does better than what I was doing, then maybe I'll get some rewards, some dopamine rewards. I might say, hey, you know what? That's working out. Let's do more of that. That's better than losing money. So, um, if I've calmed down and I know I've got some things to do for myself and for the channel, define a strategy. But if I calm down, even though I see a MACD divergence, so price has gone up, the swing high, in the last, 3 or 4 days, it made a newer high on price, but it looks like it's making a lower high on the MACD indicator, which is divergence, um, and that means price ought to come down, at some point in time. But looking back at some previous divergence, it has come out and swept, that higher high to grab liquidity and all your stops before it starts to short. So, I may not have. Uh, so I wrote my journal. I started opening up my journal and I said, plan the trade, plan the trade, plan the trade, trade to plan. So at this point in time, I'm not going to open a position at 4 o'clock when the market opens. Um, I've made some, you could call them support resistant lines at like 117.3 and 117 flat. Prices in between there. I think a good strategy, a good idea would be to wait for a breakout to the upside or the downside, and then a retest. So if it breaks down below 117, wait for a retest of 117 and then short. or if it breaks to the upside above 130, wait for a retest of 130, and then long. That sounds like a good idea. But that's patience, and then it's like I can't trade, I have to sleep. And so, I'm in the Midwest, I'm in Indiana. So, uh, I work pretty much during the Asian, or not, the New York session. And it's a good idea. It's one of these suggestions. You could trade the European session. You could get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get prepared and trade an hour or two in the European session, close out, go to work, leave the phone alone during work, come home, reflect, sit down and review. It's a good suggestion. It's a good concept or behavior. I got this FOMO that I'm going to go to sleep, and those bloody wankers over there in Europe are going to they're going to jack the price. There's big moves during the London session. It can sweep liquidity. It can take off. Um, so there's tools. I could use indicators. I could use alerts. Um, I could I could just miss the opportunity. Let it go. So what? Uh, So if I go to a higher time frame, then I could sit and patiently wait, patiently analyze the charts, plan a trade from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night during the Asian session, place the trade, give it enough room for the volatility of the European London session and New York session, and just let it play out. I'm talking like 50, 60, 70, 80 pip, uh, something like that for a cushion. But anyhow, I guess the point being, I'm powerless over the markets. I'm powerless over some of these impulsive emotional behavioral controls. And even though this is a preparation video, I don't feel like I'm in a position at this moment to place a trade. Uh, So I'll hopefully try to see you this afternoon. I'm the 12 step trader. Stay sober and stay trading.